Hello there, it's Thursday, the 1st of March, 2012. Chris Reid with today's United Kingdom talk. The quiz night went extremely well on Tuesday. I'm doing a new quiz night on Tuesdays at a little pub on the Thames called the Mayflower in Rotherhithe. And it would seem I was just a few hours missing someone who I would love to meet. Who was in the Mayflower in Rotherhithe having his lunch? Dare I tell you, only the captain of the USS Starship Enterprise, Captain Jean-Luc Picard, a.k.a. Patrick Stewart. Excellent all-round actor, Shakespearean and all that. Oh, I can't believe it. I actually touched the seat that he sat in. How fantastic is that? Unfortunately, he'd gone by the time I got there to do my quiz. I can't believe it. Can you just imagine that? So you work in one, the barman came over to me, his name's Matt, lovely bloke. Matt, we got some lovely staff, there's some lovely staff in there, Matt, and a girl, Anne-Marie, who I get on very well with. And Matt came over, you'd never guess who sat in here earlier having his lunch. He said, Patrick Stewart. I said, you're joking. I said, where did he sit? He said he sat there. So I immediately went over and touched the very seat that Patrick Stewart had sat in. Oh, yes. That way. Engage. Make it so. And so many other expressions. Do you remember the Patrick Stewart? Do you remember the one when he, the Star Trek he was in, when he was made Borg, wasn't he? Borg, with that thing on their eye. Oh, they frighten me, the Borg, they really do. Have you been Borged recently? I do hope not, boys and girls. Not before I've finished doing my show anyway. So I had to tell you that bit of news. I have bought a new gadget, boys and girls. I will show it later on. I'm going to give you a quick look. No, I will give you a quick look now, because you know I like my gadgets. It is a new clock. Can you see this? Okay. I have bought a new clock. The only thing is, it's a bit noisy. I'm going to listen carefully. It's a bit noisy, this clock. Listen. Can you hear that? And it's a battery-operated clock, and I'm not sure whether I should possibly take it back and see if there's something wrong with that. Because, I mean, I'm surrounded by battery clocks. I love clocks. I have a wall in the kitchen that is covered in clocks. It really is, and this is going up on the wall as well. And this one is a bit different to all the others, right? I don't know, those of you watching, you'll be able to see this. If I can just explain, instead of numbers... Well, sorry, as well as the numbers, it's got pictures of various birds. Okay, round the edge. We've got at 12 o'clock, we've got a tawny owl. At 1 o'clock, a chaffinch, and going around 2 o'clock, cuckoo, a great tit, woodpecker, thrush, barn. I haven't got that, incidentally. Thrush. 6 o'clock, a barn owl. There's a wren at 7. Blackbird at 8. A blue tit at 9. Nightingale at 10. And a robin at 11. Okay? That's all I'm saying so far on the subject. All right? I shall talk about the clock a little bit later on. As you can see, I'm recording my show at just coming up to 1:45 in the afternoon. I shall come back to the clock in about 15 minutes' time. It's all very exciting. And it wasn't even expensive. It was about £14 from the garden centre. I do love a garden centre. Although the one near me, there's a garden centre in Bracknell called Longacres. And it is massive, and it's getting bigger again. Every time I go there, they seem to be building another part. And it's massive in there. The only thing is, they're now selling stuff like toys and clothes and food, and everything's in there. But it's not so much a garden centre. It was a brilliant garden centre, but I just feel that they've kind of branched out into all these other things, obviously to make more money. I mean, why else would you be in business? And it's kind of taken the sparkle of the gardening element of it. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know if I really like it in there so much anymore. Anyway, it's Longacres Garden Centre. That's where I bought my birdberry clock from. 14, just a touch under £15 it was. In the news, suggestions from the leader, this was on the BBC website, of the UK's biggest union, that workers could strike during the London Olympics have been condemned by political leaders. I mean, and me as well. Not that he listens to me. The bloke, Len McCluskey is the name of Unite Union, told The Guardian that civil disobedience could be timed to disrupt the 2012 Olympic Games. I mean, what a wonderful advert that would be for this country. I don't know. There are certain countries that you kind of expect it. I mean, I got caught up once an air traffic controllers strike in Italy. And it was just unbelievable. You know, for 12 hours, no planes taking off or go. So we got stuck in Italy. As luck would have it, fortunately, we all got a train into Rome. And I was able to see somewhere that I'd always wanted to see, the Vatican, which is the most beautiful church, and St. Peter's Church and all that. Wonderful. Do go. If you ever go there, if you ever want to go and see the Vatican, get up early, okay? Get in there by 8:30. Right, and then you should be able to walk almost straight into the church. If you leave it till 10 o'clock, you will queue for ages to get into the church, and it's the most beautiful church. And you want a whole day to see the Vatican. Okay? Oh, here comes the cat. Katie! Can you hear her? Listen. What do you want, darling? You coming in? Coming in? Come up here. That's it. Do you want to sit on my lap? She's going to be a bit too low for you to see, actually. Hang on a minute, here we are. Come on, darling. Here she is. Kate is here. She'd come up to see me, hadn't you? Eh? Are you going to say hello to people? Did you hear her? She keeps meowing a lot recently. I don't know why that is. We're waiting for the summer, aren't we, darling? So we can sit out in the garden. We like that, don't we? Eh? Do we like sitting in the garden? Hey? You haven't seen my cat for a while, and she's got quite big actually. She's getting a bit fat. She must be eating 5 packets of food a day now. I don't know why she eats so much. There you go, darling. Oh, sorry, darling. Off you go. Go on, don't walk all over the computers, please. She's now. Let me show you her. She's walking all over the place now. There she is. She's up near my computer. Oh, nope, she's gone out the door. Bye bye. Why do they do that? Cats are just so strange. We love them. We love cats. Hang on a minute, let me move that round there a bit. We love cats. 1 minute she'll be stroked and then you put her down, and for no reason at all, she'll shoot out the door and out the cat flap. Cats are mad. Anyway, back to this story. Union sources have told the BBC there were no specific strike plans yet, and the Deputy Prime Minister, Nick Clegg, no one's quite sure what exactly he does in the government, but there we are. He says, people will just be gobsmacked, appalled at Mr McCluskey's remarks, and I am too. Here we are in the UK, in particular London, you know, with a golden opportunity here, a golden opportunity to show the world what we do. You know, the world, perhaps, some of the world has forgotten what we do. I think. People are looking at other things now. It always used to be London, you know, Paris and all that business. We have a golden opportunity. And how dare this man use this as an opportunity to try and get more money for people? You know, we've already been held to ransom by train drivers or tube drivers, one or the other. I'm not quite sure which one it is. And we're now having to pay them, I think it's £500 extra. Okay, extra for doing no extra work, as far as I've heard. I might be wrong. Okay, from what I gather from the newspapers, we are having to pay the tube drivers £500, or the train drivers, either the train drivers or the tube drivers, one or the other, £500 to not strike for the couple of weeks that the Olympics is on. That is on top of their normal money. Isn't that outrageous? Just for no extra, just here's another £500. Don't strike during the Olympics. It's absolutely outrageous. And how someone can say this? Conservative co-chairman Baroness Worsey agreed, calling the comments an appalling display of naked self-interest. It's a disgrace for a trade union boss to be calling for mass disruption when the eyes of the world will be on Britain, she told the BBC. I mean, it is absolutely outrageous. absolutely outrageous. And I do hope for the sake of this country and its reputation that we don't have anything like this. We actually, in this country, we don't do too badly for strikes. Not many people go on strike anymore. They really don't. And for him to try and time this to cause as much distress, it's outrageous. It's holding them to ransom, isn't it? It really is. So I do hope that that doesn't happen. Also, in the Mail, I think this was in Monday's Daily Mail, something I don't know why a paper would want to share this story. Alex Reid, okay? Alex Reid is one of those so-called celebrities that apparently, oh, excuse me, I've got suddenly very itchy nose. I've got nothing to blow it on. Can I use my sleeve? Do you mind? Sorry, I just, oh, I've got really itchy nose suddenly. What does that mean? Does that mean someone's talking about me? Or is it money coming into my account? Bing! Would you like a bit of cash coming in? I think there's a look. Just a minute. Is it a hair? I'll just hold it. It feels like there might be a little hair rubbing against there. I've got one of those automatic hair things, you know, zzz, and it drags the hair out your nostrils. Have you got one of those? Oh, wonderful. Get them from Asda for about £3. Very cheap. Anyway. So Alex Reid, you may remember, he was the one married for about 2 days to Katie Price, Jordan. She's another celebrity that apparently we all want to know about all the time. So the papers tell us, you know. Always in the paper, pushing out her breasts with her lips, looking as false and as ugly as she ever has done in her entire life. Alex Reid, not so ugly, quite a good-looking bloke, actually. But the headline is Alex Reid's gruesome confession about pregnant fiancée Chantal Houghton. I'm going to drink her breast milk. That is the headline. I'm going to drink her breast milk. It says, they're not known for their reservedness, but Chantal Houghton and Alex Reid may have taken things a bit too far in their latest interview. The cage fighter has revealed that he wants to drink his pregnant fiancée's breast milk when she gives birth to their daughter in June. Please, will someone tell me why we need to know this? Is it that the world is short of news and they're trying to fill up the newspaper with stories? Is that what it is? It's just shocking, isn't it? It is absolutely shocking, and I don't understand why the papers print this sort of absolute crap. It really is, isn't it? Like I'm remotely interested what he wants to do with his girlfriend. I'm surprised we haven't had. It can only be a couple of years away when we get the full story of when one celebrity goes home with another celebrity and exactly what they get up to in their bedrooms. That can only be a couple of years away, can't it? When you think about it, we don't want to know. We don't want to know. There's people dying in the world, you know, from starvation. People being murdered in Syria. And that's the sort of crap that you get in one of the papers. And that's actually a paper quite like the Daily Mail. You know, I do. It can be quite right-wing sometimes, but I quite enjoy reading it. But that's the sort of rubbish. I don't want to read about that. What do you think of that? Give us an email, okay? chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Okie doke. Some more emails then today. We were talking about the subject of paying £3 for a pasty, which someone tried to, a pasty shop, the West Cornwall Pasty Company, tried to charge me in their Wokingham shop on Friday, and I walked out. I wasn't paying £3 for a pasty. Cordelia writes, no way, you must be kidding. You can get Greg's sausage rolls in Iceland and Iceland's 4-pack, £1.50 a pack. Well, I wouldn't be eating sausage rolls because I'm a non-meat eater. But if they're that, I bet the cheese and onion pasties are nice, and I'll do like a cheese and onion pasty. Oh, they're gorgeous. Not enough onion in them, though. You know what I mean? Could do with a little bit more onion. Hello to my good friend Richard Barron, who writes, Chris, there is a great shop where I live. It is so old-fashioned and stocks everything from freshly baked bread to sausages, pasties, pies, faggot and mashed dinners. Absolutely great. And all homemade stuff. We like homemade. We do like homemade. To look at it all, it's like walking into a 60s grocery shop. I couldn't believe it the other day. I bought 6 large sausages and she charged me just £1.49, I think it was. Nearly dropped my £5 note on the floor in shock at how cheap. Ginster's Cornish pasties are the biggest disgrace, according to Richard. They are full of spices and preservatives and taste nothing like a Cornish pasty. I hate that. It's the same with sausages. I like proper butcher's sausages, not that spice-filled crap that you get in the supermarkets. Anyway, rant over, and I fully agree with you, mate, not paying £3 for a pasty. We're not paying £3 for a pasty. Hello to Stephen Eckett. How are you, Stephen? Who says, West Cornwall pasties are also very hot and can easily rip off the top of your mouth and palate. Do be careful if you're eating hot food, boys and girls. I will have to put little stamps on the side of your hot sausage rolls and things. So there we are. That's all the news, all the emails on the pasty shop, I think. Oh, there's one here. Carl Waring writes, the point is, Chris, he always starts with the point. I don't think Carl has much of a sense of humour. Carl, I don't think you have a sense of humour, really, do you? You're a very what's that word? That's the cat's screaming again. Is that what's wrong now? What's wrong, Katie? And Carl thinks very logically, I think. I have a feeling, Carl, if you was to come out to a comedy night, you'd just sit there and criticise everything rather than actually enjoying what was going on. Is that about right? Would you not get most of the funny things that people were saying? Carl says, the point is, Chris, that if you buy a pasty from the 2 shops, you might just be able to see why one costs more than the other. Yes, agreed. I said that. The pasties from the Cornwall Pasty Company shop are much nicer, but they're not worth £3 each, as I keep saying. I did write a letter to the shop, didn't get a reply, probably because I swore in it. I did say, are you taking the piss? So they didn't bother replying to that. Carl also says, on the subject of Katie Price writing in the Mail, she is, of course, not a journalist. She is a celebrity columnist. It's just like picking faults. Carl sits there and he picks faults all the time. I'm sure he does. Is that right, Carl? Perhaps you'd like to pick faults. My email address is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Also, by the way, just gone 3 minutes to 2 in the afternoon here while I'm recording this show. I shall be showing the clock again at 2 o'clock. It's all very exciting, it really is. Hello to James. Hello, James, who says, hi, Chris. H1N1 I thought was the swine flu. Well, H1N1 flu, which I had a few weeks ago, there are different types of it, one of which is indeed the swine flu. Says, glad you're on the mend now. I'm actually now running at about 95%, so I'm almost there now. And it sounds like people are well, meaning giving you advice. Well, yes, they are. And he says, but I know what you mean. It drives you mad. It does. It does. You tell someone you're not well. Oh, are you eating properly? Oh, what are you taking for it? Oh, no, you've got to do this. You've got to do that. And you think, shut up! Shut up! I can't take it anymore. But they are well-meaning. That's why people say it. As for Whitney Houston, her death was so sad and most of her funeral was very good on the television. He watched it on the telly. I thought it was a little over the top. Oh, really? Okay. I heard that Bobby Brown made an entrance, threw a tantrum because he couldn't be seated with his entourage and left, which I didn't like to hear either. Well, you know, I don't know. The whole thing, Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown, they were divorced, weren't they? They were finished, you know. I mean, would you want your ex... I mean, I certainly wouldn't want my ex-wife at my funeral. I have an ex-wife. I wouldn't want her at my funeral, would you? You know, if you've got an ex that you really didn't get on with, would you want them to go to your funeral? I certainly wouldn't. So I don't know why Bobby Brown even went, to be honest. Why would he go to someone who's divorced him's funeral? I don't know. Hope there are more shows to come. Keep well. As you mentioned, Peter Tatchell, he has done some good documentaries on the TV I've seen, but I don't like him as he can be too controversial sometimes and spoils what he has to say. It's such a shame he has to go over the top because I feel that he has some good things to say. Yes, me too. Hope you get your car sorted out. It's been a very long time. Hope Katie is okay from James. Yeah, the thing is with Peter Tatchell, yes, he has done a lot of good work, but he is over the top sometimes. Listen. Did you hear that? It's 2 o'clock. So at 2 o'clock, we hear the sound of the cuckoo from my clock. And what this clock does, on every hour, depending on what bird it is, you get you get the sound. Will you shut up, cat? Are you coming back in here? Come on then. Why do you keep crying? And what do you want, darling? Come on, darling. If you want to come in, come in. Don't just stand there. Yeah, this clock sings different sorts of bird songs every hour. Isn't that fantastic? Only £14 for that wonderful new gadget. I just put that there. I think maybe the cat heard the bird singing, and that's why she's now screaming at me. Yes, Peter Tatchell, I do think he has done some good things. I really do. But there are certain things... I nearly had that hair then. Oh, my nose is so itchy. I know, I'm going to have to go and blow my nose. Just a second now. It's driving me mad, this is. Back in a second. Where's my wire? Oh, hang on, I've got my wire caught. Oh, God, it's all going terribly wrong. 1 minute. Studio's falling apart now. You got my gold stars behind me, by the way? I've got gold stars on the wall. Hang on, Katie. What's wrong with your dear? Let me have a look. What's going on here with my nose? I'll have to get one of those... Just a second. Back in a second. Talk amongst yourselves. Oh, that's better. I've just had a look in the mirror and the hairs are growing out of my nose. I'm going to have to go and get another one of those... I thought I had one of those nose trimming things in the cupboard. But I remember now it broke. And I think some of the hairs had grown so much that it actually broke. Oh, my nose is so itchy. It's so itchy. Anyway, yes, Peter Tatchell, he has done some good things, but there are certain things he's done that I think were dreadful, such as disrupting people's church services, you know. Absolutely, totally against that. Walking into a church and disrupting a service where you've got lots of old people and just religious people in there praying. I think that's completely wrong. If you've got a problem with the church, you've got to go to the top. You know, go to the Pope. Don't go into a little local church where there are people trying to pray. It's not right. It is not right. You know, absolutely isn't right. You know, you've got to go to the top. Don't go into people's little local churches. That really pissed me off when he did that. I mean, really big time. I lost in my mind, he lost all credibility of anything that he's ever done when he did that. He really did. And for me, I've not quite. I can't get over that particular incident. There's been other incidents over the years that I think are completely wrong and over the top. I really do. You know, you can't go in and disrupt someone's beliefs like that and criticise. You see it on Facebook sometimes as well, with other people criticising other people's religions and beliefs, whatever they are. And I just think that's wrong. You know, accept them for what they do, and that's it. The car. Oh yes, the car, James. The car is still in the garage. 3 weeks now. They can't find the leak. Meanwhile, I've got a lovely Yaris that I'm driving around at the moment, and I've got to say, I really like it. I think I might be buying a Yaris soon. James also says, when you said on your shows Ronnie has been upgraded, I thought Ronnie had turned into a robot. Oh, that would be marvellous if my best friend Ronnie was a robot and I could just switch him off when I got fed up with his chatting. Oh, he goes on and on sometimes. Hope he had a nice holiday in Dubai. Yes, he did. Hope to see the CB photos soon, which I sent you. Of course, you've seen the photos soon. And Frank Carson has died too. It's also sad with the deaths recently. And that's from James. Yes, Frank Carson, what a great comedian he was, died recently as well, didn't he? Hello to American Cutie Pie, who says, I can't believe France chose to switch to the euro. Absurd. Did their leaders not see the mess in Greece? I don't know where you're coming from here, to be honest, American Cutie Pie. France has had the euro for a long time. They haven't just switched. So, don't know where you're coming from there, my darling. You say, did the leaders not see the mess in Greece, in Europe, over the euro insanity? You know, there are a lot of countries in Europe that adopted the euro and have had it for a while now. France is indeed one of them. They haven't just suddenly switched over. I so agree with you, Chris. It would be a big mistake for you Brits and the UK to follow suit and join with Europe and the euro. Oh, absolutely. You know, we'd be in a much worse mess now if we were in the euro, I'm sure. There's talk for some time now that there are people in high places manipulating things behind the scenes to push us all, even the USA, to eventually be using the same currency, possibly the euro. Scary. I can't see the Americans going along with that. I really can't. No, I can't see that somehow. American Cutie Pie also says, oh, she sent this one in. Great shows, Chris. Lots of hot topics. Enjoyed watching. Thank you for not stripping, though, in one of your other shows. It's too early in the morning here for that sort of thing. Got to keep it a G-rated show. I will do my best. Cat, what is wrong? Katie? She keeps meowing at me. I've just fed her. Honestly. She's getting greedy, that cat. I think she's getting quite greedy. And one more email then, again from American Cutie Pie, who says, can't put nothing past those big businesses, corporations, can we? We were talking on the subject of the government has this scheme now, right, where you have to work for your, it's making some people work for their benefits for, and companies sign up to this scheme. So you go and work for the company, which could be a big supermarket, right? And then you get your benefits, but it's nowhere near what the company would be paying you if you had a job with them. So I personally think that's extremely unfair. I really do. If you want to make people work for the benefits, make it a community thing, you know, painting railings or litter picking or something like that. You know, don't offer these unemployed people on benefits to large companies who are already making a fortune, so they got cut price rate workforce. That's slave labour, that is. It's wrong. American Cutie Pie says, if there is a fair wage for the work being completed, then workforce, being completed, then workfare instead of welfare can be a very positive thing for all concerned. Businesses and employees, those on financial assistance programs and the public. But too many of the big businesses, corporations are manipulating things behind the scenes in the US and the UK to get away with everything from fraud, tax evasion, not paying people fees, fair wages. What next? Back to slavery. You see, that's exactly what I said as well. So thank you for that one. That's it from the show today. My email address, if you want to join in, is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Be nice to hear from you. Some more emails coming up on the next show from Young Phil and Mike Cullen as well. I've heard from a little bit of a while. All right, thanks for watching and listening to the show. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.